Welcome back everybody to another championship predictions video. At the top of the table is very, very tight with Sheffield United, Leeds and Burnley just separated by 2 points. In the playoff picture, well, it's really 2 spots now available with Coventry, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Bristol City all vying for 5th and 6th position. And at the bottom of the table with Derby County's win on Wednesday evening, it's very, very tight between Luton, Cardiff, Hull, Derby, Oxford, Stoke, possibly Portsmouth, Swansea and QPR. Everyone else is sort of in no man's land. But things kick off for game week 40 on Friday evening at Ewood Park, where Blackburn Rovers take on Middlesbrough. And Blackburn's form has sort of fallen off a cliff, just the one draw in their last 5 matches. And Middlesbrough, a little bit erratic, but a decent win after coming from behind against Oxford United in game week 39. In this one, can Blackburn stop the rot? Possibly. I think Middlesbrough have only won twice away from home since the 1st of January, so it's either going to be a draw or a win to Middlesbrough. I think it's going to end up in a draw, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Next up, we got the first of the Saturday fixtures where Coventry City take on Burnley. Okay, Coventry been excellent, but they have stuttered a little bit recently. And Burnley getting back to winning ways in the last 2 matches after a draw, so it's 5 wins in their last 6. And standard 1-0 away win for Burnley. Also at 12:30 on Saturday, got Luton Town coming up against Leeds. Now Luton fighting for their lives at the bottom. They've come away with, 3 wins in their last 5 matches. A very good 1-0 win against relegation rivals Hull City last time out. And Leeds, it's now 3 draws in their last 5 matches, just 1 win as well in those last 5. And Swansea, was it in the 94th minute they equalised at Elland Road? So in this one, even though Luton picking up Leeds, you've got to just fancy them. Of course, they want to get automatic promotions, and I think they'll be gunning for that as here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win. Next up, we got West Brom coming up against Sunderland. Another difficult one to predict here. West Brom, just the 1 win in their last 5. Sunderland, blowing hot and cold themselves. But I fancy West Brom just to take all 3 points in a narrow 1-0 victory. Next up, we got the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Another team vying for the playoffs, Bristol City, just 1 win in the last 4. Coming up against a Watford side who've just seen 1 win in their last 5. Bristol City back at Ashton Gate. I think the atmosphere will be good there. Watford, as I've said in past videos, I don't think they're that great. Okay, going forward they look decent, but I think the Wurzels will take all 3 points here in a 2-1 home victory. Next up, go to the Den where Millwall take on Portsmouth. Portsmouth, a very, very good win, and they needed those 3 points against Blackburn Rovers last time out, although we know that Blackburn haven't been doing great. And Millwall, it was an away defeat against Sunderland last time out, but I think they'll get back to winning ways here, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to the Lions. Then we move to the Custom Stadium where Oxford United, their form has been terrible, coming up against league leaders Sheffield United. Sheffield United with that excellent victory against Coventry last time out. Can Oxford cause problems? They can, but I think ultimately Sheffield United will come through this one 2-0. We then move to the South Coast where Plymouth Argyle take on Norwich. Norwich, first win in 5 against West Brom at Carrow Road last weekend. And Plymouth Argyle with a 0-0 draw against Watford, and I think they'll follow that one up here at home park with a 1-1 draw, which isn't really enough for the Pilgrims. They're rock bottom of the table. So we've got Preston North End coming up against Stoke. Preston just a 1 win in their last 7, and Stoke 2 wins in their last 3, and a good 3-1 victory against Queen's Park Rangers in the last round of fixtures. In this one, I think it's going to end up in a draw, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline, but it wouldn't surprise me if Stoke get all 3 points there. When we move to Loftus Road, and Cardiff City have dropped in to the bottom 3 for the First time in a while now. Last weekend, they played very well in the first half against Sheffield Wednesday, but shot themselves in the foot, like they always do defensively, with conceded a goal through a set play. And Queen's Park Rangers, look at that. It's 5 defeats in their last 6. I fancy the Bluebirds to get all 3 points here. I think they'll concede, because they always do. And I can see them coming away with a 2-1 win. Next up we go to Hillsborough, where Sheffield Wednesday take on Hull City. Hull, just the 1 defeat in their last 5. And that was last time out against fellow strugglers Luton Town. Sheffield Wednesday, okay, it was a 1-1 draw. It was chalk and cheese. They were terrible in the first half and a bit better in the second half. I think this is going to end up in a draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. We then move down to the final fixture of the weekend, where Swansea City take on Derby. Look at that Derby, 4 wins on the trot. Swansea getting a very, very good late draw against Leeds, and I'm going to have to go for another draw in this one. And I think it's going to end up all square, no goals scored, in a 0-0 result. So, there we are, guys. Those are my predictions for game week 40. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. Enjoy all the action over the weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video, which is coming very shortly, because there's another round of fixtures midweek next week. Catch you later.